Bhaskar Chatterjee. I have spent more than 30 years in the leading retail industries in the country. Today I will share my experience about the process for opening of the new stores. What are the steps to be followed in order to open the stores whenever an investor is going to have it for the purpose of a business objective. Now let me tell you that opening of the store needs a bit of planning and a bit of homework. Once that is very important in order to have a clarity of the decisions and the going forward exercise. Now I'll tell you briefly what are the concerns that an investor will have. Let me tell you that he needs to understand first that what is he going to sell. That he will open a store. Prior to that he should know what is he going to sell. That means what is the merchandise and the merchandise range. That is important. He has to select it, understand it, know it, all that. And then he has to visualize what would be the volume of business. Unless the volume is there, a required turnover is there, the store will not be feasible over a period of time. The third point, he has to take a call about the investment requirement, the capital that is needed. Then he has to take a call on the margin per unit that he is going to get out of selling of the per unit product, and what would be then the total gross volume of profit at the end of the day. Well, finally he has to also make a bit of exercise on return on investment, because opening of the store needs a good amount of investment for a store setup. So therefore he has to go on return on investment exercise that before take a final call. And the last one is very important, that what is the sustainability for the product or for the business that he is going forward. Once that is taken care of, all that thing is clear in his mind, that this is what is going to be his business module, this is what he is going to sell, then he has to go for the site selection. This is, I am talking about the brick and mortar stores. So he has to first select the place where he has to go to open the stores. That means he should know the town, and then know in that town in which market he wants to go, and then he should know that in that market exactly in which street and in which location he has a desire to go. So that planning or exercising that he has to do, a bit of groundwork that he has to do. Second is that he should analyze his catchment area, that means his prospective customers, where, how far they live, what is their spending habits, what is their lifestyle, who are they, the impact of the festivals in that area, impact in business, what would be the likely footfall of the people from that catchment area. That will give us some kind of a assessment about the footfall, and that footfall will ultimately lead to the business. So that kind of a feeling, confidence, he has to grow. Once these two are taken care of, then he goes on store selection. What is store selection? The physical property where he is going to set up his store. So in that physical property, what is the size of the store, what is the visibility of the stores, what kind of economics that he will have. If it is in terms of rent, then what is the rent, what would be the deposit, etc. Or he is going to buy it outrightly, then what would be the capital required for the investment for the buying of the store. So this is important. Once he really select the store, then he has to do a bit of documentation and legal formalities in terms of agreement, to have it the rightful possessions of the property and run it. So he has selected the place. He is confident about the catchment area. He has done the physical selection of the stores. Now he has to do a bit of store design, in a what you call a kind of a planogram, that exactly what would be the placement of the product, what nature of fit outs will be there in the stores, what will be the customer movement area, the cashiering, the office area, the show window, etc. That will be basically documented in the paper. So that would give a clear indication about the store look and feel, in a piece of paper, before you actually go for a setup. So because in this case, any modifications or corrections to be done at the right launch of the stores, this can be done. Otherwise it becomes very difficult then to remodel the stores to bring out the better look and feel and utilization of the space. Mostly the space utilization is very important, and the visibility factor for the merchandise is to be given the priority. Once that is done, then actual fit out starts. This means the flooring, ceiling, fixtures, air condition systems, all that, lighting, etc., music system, all that thing is important in order to give a store a very successful presentation, to create the to create a good look and feel factor for the customer. So once that is also done, then they go for the selection of the staff, people selection, because end of the day the people has to serve the customer. It is they who will have to run the stores. A lot of involvement in terms of running the business by the people are very important. So seventh point is that, coming back again to the store layout, now once these factors are addressed, then the physical layout of the merchandise is done. That means in-store merchandising is done, the placement of the product is done, the face-up of the product is done, all communication, promotions, offers, whatever is running are to be placed in the store. All merchandise by SKUs have to be placed in the stores. The store should look absolutely brilliant, spick and span, and a great look and feel for the customer. That is very important. So now we have come to a stage that the site is selected, the store is selected, design is done, the fitment is done, fittings are done, the peoples are in place, in-store merchandising is also done. Now you wait for the eventful opening of the store, because this is very important to generate the awareness to the people around in the catchment area, particularly from where the customers are likely to visit the stores, are very important. Therefore, the store opening announcement and the promotions has to be done in the catchment area, and people are invited from your relations, guests, friends, from the competition and the nearby, the adjoining shop owners, all that thing, the important people of the society, they all are invited to the stores and starts a very successful selling. Now generally what happens, having done these activities, now the store is operationally fit. The store is now ready to serve to the customer. Here it is the most important area that the investor has to analyze the performance of the store on a daily basis. He has to monitor the footfall, he has to monitor the conversion, what people are buying, what is the average ticket size or basket size, all that thing he has to start monitoring it. Take a target annually, then seasonally, monthly, weekly, daily. These things will matter a lot to have a sustainability of the stores for the long term. This is very important. Now, why I am saying it? If the store is doing well, then there is no worry, it is doing well. But if it is not doing well, then it is a cause of concern. So therefore, the monitoring of the store performance right from the day one is very essential, because all that planning, because all that investment, because all that time and energy that has been spent to set up the store should have a long life, and people should get the benefit out of the investment and out of the stores. So this is the the steps that an investor has to take in order to the plan, and then to the last point is to serve the customer. And if the service of the store is good, if the customers happy buying the merchandise from the stores, what they want they get, they love the people starts interacting with them, then it is the people or the customer who start speaking good about the stores, and then you get the word of mouth impact from one customer to another customers, and thereby you get more and more footfalls. And once you get more and more footfalls, you are absolutely through. You have no worries. Fantastic. Happy selling. Thank you so much. I hope you have liked it. If so, please do share whatever possible from your end. Thanks a lot. Thank you so much.